In today's video, we are going to create a backlit portrait in the style of Mario Testino's classic photoshoot with Diana, Princess of Wales. To get this backlit look indoors, we shot in a room with large windows and white curtains to diffuse the sunlight. We used one of the windows as a backdrop and a silver reflector to bounce the light back on the model's face. To keep the background out of focus, we used an aperture of f2.8. Since it was an overcast day, we had to boost the ISO up to 500 and the shutter speed was at 1/60th of a second. If you're hand-holding the camera with these settings, make sure to be very steady and advise your model to be still or the images could look soft due to shake or movement. We used a poster-sized foam core board to manually blow the model's hair in order to add a slight sense of motion. Okay, so we are in Photoshop now and I'm going to do a very basic retouching to enhance the natural look. I'll start with the body shaping, and all I need to do here is slightly tuck her shoulder in. For that, I'll use the rectangular marquee tool to make a selection, click on layer copy to copy it to a new layer, and then click on warp. And from the center, I'll tuck it in gently. I always use the warp tool with just one push from the center to make sure the edges of the selection are always aligned and seamless. Now I want to add some brightness to the eye, so I'll select the lasso tool to make a rough selection around the eyes. Click on Refine Edge to feather out the edges. Next, I'll create a curves adjustment layer, call it Bright Eyes, and increase the brightness by slightly pulling the curve up from the center. Next is skin retouching. Since there are no spots to heal, I'm going to skip the step 1, that is healing, and choose the mid-length skin smoothing option from step 2. Unlike step 1, which is optional, you cannot skip step 2 if you wish to use the color dodge and burn in step 3. The brush tool is selected for me and I'll gently paint over the skin. The recently updated panel now includes brush setting presets, which not only selects the brush tool but also the approximate size, opacity, and flow. Right now, the flow is 50%, and when I click on Color Dodge and Burn, it chooses the approximate flow settings and all you have to do is paint. I'm going to select this warm shade of skin tone and paint it over her slightly pinkish hands, so the skin tones match, at the same time removing any color blotchiness. I use a slightly darker mid-tone skin color when painting on shadows and a slightly lighter mid-tone if I'm painting over burnt out highlights. The fade tool comes in very handy to get a perfect blend. Next, I'm going to click on Light Glow, which adds a warm glow of light. Selecting the Move tool, I can move the glow anywhere in the image. For this image, I'll place the glow on the right side to boost the natural backlight. I can also resize and scale the glow to get a perfect size and shape. Now for the final step, I'll do some color grading. As you can see in this edited image for Vanity Fair, the grey tones in the background have a bluish tint which matches her eye. So to do this, I'm going to click on step 1 of color grading, which is skin tone selection. I'm going to select the skin and everything else in which I want the original color retained, like her hair and her clothes. After the selection, I'll click on the cyan color option. I need to modify the default curve to get a clean blue, so I'm going to adjust the blue and the red channel curves. I'm also going to reduce the opacity of the skin desaturation layer to around 40%. Now I'll go back to the mask and fine-tune the selection a bit. I'm also going to mask out the iris color to blue and use the fade tool to get the right opacity. So here is the before and the after. As always, you can download this PSD file from the link below. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.